Yo, what is up, you guys? Today is Friday the 13th, so I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. I don't fuck around with that Friday the 13th shit. So we're gonna make a Melbourne bass, and I think Monark is the perfect synth for all bass related type things. There's no other synth that sounds so fat and really requiring minimal work on from the user. I mean, anything you do in this is gonna sound good. So let me see. This is the patch we'll be making. So if you want to go ahead and pause it right now and just copy all this, everything that is the sound lives right here. So if you want, pause it. You missed your chance. So basically, let me show you what it is. So it's basically this right here. And so making it is kind of similar to making like an acid bass line. I kind of made it the same way. The way I would make an acid bass line in Synth or Cyclops is basically how I made it here. And so I will make one from initialized patch to just kind of take you through it. But I want to say that if we look at the MIDI, obviously we all know how offset bass works. So we're just going to play off of like right after every kick. So we're just going to, like, a kick plays here, kick plays there, kick plays there. We're just going to not play any notes there, and we'll play on those offsets. So that's why this is a Melbourne bass tutorial, because basically we're going to play like an acidy kind of bass line. It's more bassy than it is acidy. It's not too acidy, but because we play these notes, it will sound like Melbourne, so just like that. But if we play something faster, you can notice how the filter is going to react with the reso, and it's going to sound a little bit more acidy, I suppose. Typical trancey acid. So if we kind of look at like something more generically trance bassline, you know, something that's a little bit faster, you notice like I'm in 1/32. Actually, you can't see that because of my .com shit. But this is, if we play something faster like this, then let's solo and listen to it. So you see what I mean? Oh, feedback. And so you see what I mean there. That's why I'm gonna keep referring this as an acidy bassline, because if you play fast enough and you play in the right context, it will sound very acidy. So let's continue on now, and let's just make this from scratch. So let me engage the new one on. And the reason why Ableton looks so funny, because I can read your mind, is because I have Ableton on 2 screens. So you're only seeing like the bottom half, because that's one monitor and that's all I'm recording. So let's just go ahead and initialize this, and actually let me do some real-time editing here. So let me just adjust this so we can see it a little bit better. Oh snap, real-time editing. Cool. Let's go back over here. So if you're kind of new to Monark for some reason, this is Reactor, so this is the engine that it all works in. So if you're really smart at using Reactor, you can make a synth just like Monark, and you can probably add more oscillators and do all this crazy stuff, but it's very tedious. So anyways, we're just going to select the ENS right down here. So we'll go Players, grab Monark, ENS, and let's reach for a initialized patch. So we'll go to the user bank, grab the initialized patch, and like I said, we're going to make this just like we would make a acid kind of bassline. So we're going to just select the saw. We're going to just keep it in a low range. Let's put the glide up a bit, bring the legato in, and we're not going to use these other 2 oscillators. We only need 1, and that's the good thing about Monark. It sounds so fat that you only need 1 oscillator. And same when you make this in Synth. You could literally apply the same settings, just like 1 octave down, saw wave, and then just apply like a bandpass or a low pass filter with high reso, and then, you know, just do some mod envelope stuff, and then there you go, acid bass. So let's overload this, and let's apply some feedback. So right around here. So we'll adjust it when we get to listen to it after we add a low pass to this. So let's add the low pass 1. I would use a bandpass if I could have if I can modulate the parameter of cutoff back and forth really fast, but to do that, you would have to apply some more cells inside of Reactor, and I don't really feel like doing that. So we're just going to set the cutoff right around here. So if we bring it down really low, we're going to get a much deeper bass, and if we bring it up higher, we're going to actually start to get a little bit brighter. So that's it's funny how this synth works, because even though it's just a simple low pass one cutoff, it changes things in a weird harmonic way, because I guess it's just modeled like hardware, so it's just really good. So we're gonna just crank up that reso up all the way, add some contour to this, and not too much, right around there. We'll see how it goes. And we're gonna basically do the filter envelope and the amp envelopes basically the same way. So we're just gonna set the sustain to this one around there, the sustain to this one just one line lower, so we see that this is like at the fourth line. We're just gonna set this one to the third, and we're gonna put our decays basically in the same spot, so around where 400 would be. Since this 200, 600, we'll set to around 400-ish. And let's just make sure those attacks are all the way down. Let's turn on the key tracks, the KTs, and that's really it. So let's listen to it now. And let's adjust it a bit. So now I'm gonna just play around with that feedback and contour and maybe change a little bit of the settings, but we basically have the chunk of the sound, and it was pretty easy to do. So let's just solo it. And so that's really it right there. That's really the whole thing. Pretty easy to do. Monark, doesn't matter what you do, it's always going to sound really nice and fat. So thanks guys for watching, and of course, if you guys want to see more Monark stuff, let me know, and I'll do more Monark stuff happily. So thanks for watching, and lates.